sun peeks through the haze, and birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are having a good day. I have an announcement. We are also broadcasting live to TikTok. That's right. So if you are on TikTok, you can be following me over on TikTok. It took me only, I think I opened that in September. So just a few months before I could get to the point where I can stream over there. And we're gonna keep that up. It did recommend me to do it in portrait mode. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with that for right now. It's good with YouTube to do portrait mode every once in a while, just because it puts you in the scrolling feed. So smart thing to do every once in a while. Good morning, Nancy. Love having you here as always. TK, good to see you as well. Yeah, today's gonna be a fun day. Today is gonna be a very fun day. I I've been looking forward to this, and it, because it's easy content. It's so easy. And yeah, it just it makes me laugh. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about the haters today. They don't think I should be able to respond. So what do I think about gay boners? I love that, Lou. Oh my god.
Shenanigans! Shenanigans! Shenanigans!
Yeah. What do I think about gay boners? Right there next to Dixie Normus. Shout out to Dixie. Isn't it funny? I do want to switch. Will it let me? Oh, Oh, no, it's not giving me the option to customize. Interesting. Hey, good morning, Sea Girl. Good to have you here. Um, I don't know how long I'm gonna be doing this today. Um, I, I, this might not be. Normally on the weekends I go a lot longer, but today might be a shorter show than what we normally do. Might be a little bit shorter. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, I've got people texting me. Um, yeah, only because I was so busy yesterday. I'm still decorating. I'm lazy. I'm the first to admit. Like, I uh yesterday I spent most of the day decorating. I was up and down the ladder. I was very sore last night. I've been having a problem with my hot tub. It for the longest time, like when I would turn on the filter, it would give me this error code. It'd run for a little bit and then go into this error code. And I found out I actually had to drain it, unhook the stuff, and flush it. I've been changing out the filters and all that, so I was like, "What the hell?" It's like, and that's what it was. And hooked it back up. It's back warm again. So you guys might see Skipper's hot tub parties come back. Uh, Good morning, Joan. Good to see you. Did you guys enjoy yesterday with me and Brett? Um, I enjoyed talking with him. I always enjoy Brett's company, even though we haven't met in person. But we've talked on the phone several times. We exchanged quite a bit of text messages. Hey, Julie, good to see you. Good to see you. I like jumping into Julie's her chat. She brings people on who do karaoke, which is always fun. I love karaoke. And so yeah, uh I really enjoy hanging out with Brett, and we've talked about doing things for a while, and he just wasn't even sure about starting his own channel. He was worried that people would think that he was in some way trying to take anything away from Madam Mayor's channel. And I told him, I was like, hey, you can address it, you cannot address it, whatever you're comfortable doing. And that's the thing. Like when he let me know what happened with them, I was like, look, I'm going to come at you with this. Anything, any type of relationship, when it changes or ends, there's always a high potential for grief. And I told him, I said, talk to somebody. I would I would go get talk to a pastor. I would probably talk to a therapist as well. Just because you just want to, you just want to take care of it. And process your feelings. Make sure that, you understand that they're valid and why you're feeling them. Why is the screen so small? It's because actually, hold on. There is one thing I can do. It's because we're on TikTok today. For the first time ever, doing coffee with the skipper on TikTok. There's a thing here where I can zoom it. There we go. There. Is that a little bit better? It's got me zoomed. Um, but yeah, I wanted. Okay. Um, right, right. But yeah, I wanted to. Uh, I told him, I was like, you just want to make sure that this is healthy. And, with everything, there'll be days where he's like, yeah, I'm feeling really good. And then days where he's like, oh, I'm a little bit down. And that's normal, perfectly normal. Um, and like I told him, I said, the biggest thing is you want to handle this in a healthy way. And I think he's doing that. He still wants, her channel to be successful. I'm gonna be eating Pop Tarts, by the way, guys. So sorry, not sorry. But I think that's a good way of handling it. And he hit on something I've talked about. Doing this can be therapy. It really can. Hey, Mandy, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, talking in a format like this can help you process. I'm a guy. I need to talk things out and process it. There's a lot of people when people talk about PTSD. There's a lot of things that people. I don't want to say misconceptions because they're not misconceptions, but there's a lot of things that people will be like, "Oh, this is how it is." Like irritability, flashbacks. Do those things happen? Yes. You know what the number one symptom of PTSD is? And it's not even close. It's insomnia. It's insomnia. And there are so many people who, you have insomnia and then it affects so many other parts of your life. That's why they're irritable a lot of times. That's why they're drinking or smoking marijuana a lot of times. They're just trying to get to sleep, trying to relax their body so they can go back to sleep. And yeah, it it I am not seeing how many people are on TikTok watching this right now. Maybe I should pull up TikTok Studio. Let's see. Because it's not giving me the metrics in this, which is fine. Um, I have that same problem um, with Twitter. I have to go and look at the Twitter metrics. Okay, okay, I'm looking. So we got people. Is this current? No, this isn't this current video. I'm just taking a look here. It's not telling me the current video. Hmm. I wonder how I can do this. How I can look this up. Yeah, me too. I think they will be okay, either individually or together. Now, that's the thing. People don't have to be together. I just be happy. That's all people have to do. Um, I got people sending me stuff while I'm live on air, and they know I'm live on air. It's like, okay, well, you know I'm live. Uh, is this me? I'm sorry. I'm playing. No, that's not it. All right. Yeah, so I don't know how to get the TikTok metrics yet. So if you're watching on TikTok, say hello, because I don't know how many people are watching. It's not telling me. But I'm glad. Maybe maybe me and Brett will do that more. Maybe it'll be a routine thing. I don't know. Uh, I really do enjoy Brett. Um, we we have a lot in common. Um, and I think he's very smart. I think he's a very smart man. So I do enjoy that. Um, Today I was hanging Christmas lights yesterday. Today I will be putting up my tree. Oh, that was you, April? That's okay. I just got a notification. I was like, "What?" I just couldn't and it doesn't show me at least on my phone. I have to physically change from one account to the other. I think I might have. Yeah, I do have it here because I keep Messenger on the tablet. Okay. Um, I'm looking at what you're sending me here. Mm, really? Okay. So as I'm looking at this, it looks like did the VA should have ordered an inspection. in when you buy the house. And so what it sounds like to me is those inspections failed. So you should be able to sue the person who did the inspection. Just my look at it. And here's the good thing. There are a lot of resources out there for people who've had predatory home buying experiences. So I would reach out to one of those. As for the VA, yeah, the VA, it's the federal government. They're going to do very little. What you should do, they ordered an inspection appraisal. When the second appraiser was brought in, they verified the other one was not on any type of leave. So they shouldn't have been brought in, but they refused to do anything. I reached out to the attorney general, and their response to the attorney general was, "We know she can't afford an attorney, so let her foreclose." I would. Here's what I would do, April. I would contact your congressperson, and if you need me to assist with that, I'm happy to. Because sometimes when sometimes you'll get these congress people who don't care. Um, But when they know that there's others who are paying attention, then they suddenly care. So if you need me to write a letter or something, and again, I've got Kahanu and I've got TC. They both run their channels. I've got the Angry Vet. All people. We've got the Flying Auditor. All people who are very friendly to us. That if you need a group of veterans to jointly sign a letter and say this is not right, we can do some of that stuff for you. But that would be my first thing. I would contact your congressperson, and when they say that, you're going to want to tell them, I want to talk to your veterans liaison, and because when some of this stuff happens, all it takes is a congressperson's office to start calling, and especially with the VA because that means funding. So they get very worried, very worried. Sorry that I'm eating. Okay, okay. Um, in here's the other thing. Have you contacted your senator too? And I understand that these questions may you might be like, why so many questions? There's a reason I'm asking all these questions. Yesterday, for those of you who don't know, I had a veteran who jumped in for help on an issue when me and Brett, when we were live streaming yesterday, and I was happy to help him after the fact. And I think we have two organizations willing to help him. Or several. Okay, okay. So let's all of us start a form letter. Okay, now since this is a major problem, April, let's start a form letter and something that we can not only send to your congressperson, not only send to your senators, uh, but we'll also send it to um, the arm or not the Armed Forces Service, but the House and Senate Veterans Affairs Committee. Uh, because when it's happening to many people, now we have a systemic problem. And I can tell you, I can probably get 5 or 6 of us veteran content creators to put pen to paper and jointly sign a letter like that, and then get it sent off to those people. So that way there can be something done. There probably is something there. It's just probably not getting in front of the right uh, office, or the right office has it and just doesn't want to work. You see that a lot. They're overworked, so they try not to help.
It's because we're a special combat unit with the United States Marine Corps. We've been tracking some Libyan terrorists. In fact, I think we've got them trailed to a bagel shop around the corner.
Yeah, we're vertical today, Cynthia. We're vertical today because today is our first day that we are broadcasting onto TikTok. I've done TikTok lives, but never done Coffee with the Skipper on TikTok, and we're gonna be doing it on TikTok. So, and those of you who are watching on TikTok, please give us some comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say over there. Um, but yeah, so I have an entire list of people that are in the fight with me. Made an entire video I can forward. Oh, send me that video. I will happily do that. I will happily put out that video. Uh, so okay, April. So what you are doing right now, okay, and you're actually further along than other people, and I'm loving this right now because you have to know how many times I get veterans who come to me and they have a problem that they want to fix and they just don't know how to fix it. And you're doing all the right things. So, uh, what you're doing is what's known as a campaign. You are doing a PR campaign. So I think you're doing all the right things. Uh, if I were you, I would start organizing. Okay. And here's what I mean by organize. Whatever I see you're on Facebook, but whatever um, platform you're most comfortable with, start there. Okay. If it's on Facebook, I would start a Facebook group or a page. Okay. And I would start doing things like creating hashtags. Um, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, send it to me, and I will push it out as its own video. But here's what I'm gonna say to you: if you have your own Facebook group or page, or if you had a TikTok, wherever you're most comfortable, that's where you focus. Okay, and then you get like 4 or 5 other people who support you, who are just as passionate about this as you are. Okay, and then come up with a name for your group and then just focus, pushing things out. Come up with hashtags, create memes, create pictures, uh, but always put in your group name or where people can find you. Okay, because what you're doing is you're organizing. Okay, and I've got no problem supporting. What people want me to do is they want me to pick up the mantle and carry it for them. I can't do that. I can help, but I can't do it for them because it just takes up too much time. My statute of limitations runs out on January 6th to do anything about this, but I want to help this not happen to anyone else. Um, I'm on TikTok. Okay. That's perfect. That is perfect because what we're going to do is we're going to write a letter to Congress and you should write your own but we'll attach it to the joint letter. Okay? And you're going to tell Congress this happened to me and I don't want it to happen to anyone else. And it's going to be like by doing this and you get those other 4 or 5 people and you get them to start like pushing your stuff to their social media. Okay. Oh, I have 8 vets in my group that are going through the same thing. Perfect. Perfect. So organize your guys into either a Facebook group or I've just seen people be very successful on Facebook. The one that I haven't seen people be successful on is Twitter. It's harder to do it on Twitter. Uh, Twitter, use Twitter to amplify it. I've found TikTok, you can organize it. You can absolutely organize on TikTok. 100% you can. But you want to have someone like, hey, this is so and so, and they're good at YouTube. This is so and so, they're good at X. So and so, they're good at this. And that way, you create something, you send it to the group, and then everyone else goes out and spreads it. And hashtags are great. They're an instant way for people to identify with you. But have them all come to your page or your group or whatever, because at the end of the day, you want to show that you're speaking for all these other people. And let me just tell you, Congress people, they're all about their next election. So the more organized you are and the more people that you have, the better it's going to be for you. I watched and I interviewed the mama bears. Two moms in Iowa, their kids were being ostracized because they didn't want to wear a mask at school back during the pandemic. And they pushed these kids to the back of the room and everything. And these two mama bears, they were like, oh, hell no. And they did it all with Facebook groups. They ended up, I think they got 1,200 people into their Facebook group and just started sending it to their, like they were coming up with things and sending them to their state legislature and state senate. That is all it takes right there. Just that little bit of organization. Now, what some people try to do is they try to get other organizations to do it for them, like the American Legion and the VFW. They're not going to care as much as you do. You have to make this an issue. Um, so yeah, absolutely. And I've been talking about the VA home loan and what a great program it is. But I do not doubt your story one bit. Um, tagging the VA and military page, yeah, that's good to do. But you like um doing a petition. People who've been watching me, hey Bevs, good to see you. People who've been watching me know I've done several petitions, and been very successful with them. Because when you do a petition, that shows, hey, I'm not alone. I've got other people who are backing me, and this is a problem that you need to deal with. But if we write a form letter, like I said, I can get veterans to go in and sign it. Veterans who are creators. And but a form letter, if they start getting the exact same letter, okay? It's here's the letter here. All you have to do is print this off, sign it, and mail it. That shows a lot of initiative and that people care because see now they've taken the time to print it off. They've taken the time to sign it and mail it. You can tell people, hey, you can also email it. Here's the email addresses. Here's where we want you to send it. You can do that too. Um, and I've had a lot of success with Congressman Mike Bost with his office. Now, you might say, I don't live in Illinois where he is. But, and that's true, but he is the chair, the ranking member of the um, House Veterans Affairs Committee. So I would absolutely inform his office as well. Um, these are all really great things to do. Exactly what I'm doing with Kahanu. He has been stalked by his VA doctor. He has been harassed by VA hospital police. And I've done these same things. If I need to write an article, April, I have written articles before. No problem doing that. If you'd like to come on, we do Veteran Nation Live. If you'd like to come on and talk about it, we would love to have you on. I can work to get you on other veteran shows as well. So if if that's what you want to do, you've already messaged me. I'm fine with that. We'll be able to lend you some support and hopefully get something changed. Good, very good. Now, you've been writing. Let's get others to write. Or let's get a change.org petition together. Because again, even just 500 people, each one of those people represents another, I believe they say another 15 people. So it's just, that's the person, that's how many people care about this issue. That one person was just motivated enough and it got in front of them and they signed it. So yeah, let's get together offline after this, and we'll be able to do some stuff. I think, because yeah, it really seems like if that's a gap, and that's a problem I have with the VA. Why do we have to fight the VA? The VA should be our advocate, not our enemy. So it fits in with many things I've been saying. I do want to get into what I've been putting off talking about, and that is my haters. Oh, April, make sure you also join on Facebook. We've got our Veteran Nation group, and I also have my, well, you saw my page, Veteran Nation Foundation. So make sure you follow that and send me any, I'll follow you back in any groups or anything that you want me to follow, I will follow. Good, good, good. And I've got a couple other people too, that have my back. You know, that is one thing that's frustrating about doing this. I I've done things for some people and then I never hear back from them, or they just don't do anything for me. Um, I people who have my back, like they used to say about Marine, well, they used to, they still say about Marines, we're no better friend, no worse enemy. And let me just tell you that is true. Like, if you're a friend to me, I fight for you tooth and nail. I will fight for you harder than I'll ever fight for myself. But if you don't have my back, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. Oh, Greg, we are gonna monetize the haters. I haven't gotten into it yet. I've just been kind of opening things up and just talking. And April brought brought something to us this morning. So I'm happy to help good people like April. Um, uh, and there's other organizations that we can also work with, April, too. Oh, thank you, April. See, right there. That right there, what April's doing right there, that means so much to me because I by sharing this out, I can help April more, but I can also help other veterans more. Hey, almost boomer. Good morning. And that's the thing. Um, and you guys have seen me in other creators chats. If it's someone I'm supporting, when I go in there, one of the first things I do is I send money. Like I'll send a $2 super chat or a super sticker. Like that's how I support people. Um, I'll share out their thing, and which does bring me to, well, actually, here I want to get into some of this, and there's going to be things in here that you've seen before. Okay, so oh, thank you, Greg. Yeah, I try. I really do try. Okay, I'm in the wrong. There we go. So yeah, this Melissa's a nice person. I've gotten along with her. Uh she's been attached to people who I don't agree with, but she's been fair. I'll say this. So this is not up for any attack on Melissa, but Gina right here, she's one of my Australian haters. And the Aussies, I don't know what their problem is. They are like, they just lose their goddamn minds. And yeah, so what happened? We paused the ecosystem. Okay. And yeah, so yeah, it's so this group, as you can see, back in September, uh, we I was looking to open a what the hell's ecosystem. But I talked with Coop and Georgie, and they were like, "No, we don't." We collectively were like, "Yeah, we probably shouldn't name it what the hell's." So I did not go forward. We created a new group just called the ecosystem, and you saw that, and they got it shut. Like people like Gina right here got it shut down in no time because they were posting things that were against Facebook rules. And So this group, which I had created, which just sat out there, I was like, oh, I'll change the name to Ecosystem 1.0. So when the one was down, within a day, we were back up and running. That's why that happened. And here they are asking, why did this? He took because he's not a what the hell supporter. I've had Jeremy Hales on my channel, Lori. Lori, this woman here, let me just say, this woman is a complete piece of shit. Um, all she is a shit stirrer and wants to create problems. She is not a what the hell supporter. She's one of these people who takes it too far. Uh, I'm I've supported Jeremy since day one. She just doesn't like me, so she's trying to uh, paint me as a not what the hell supporter. He can't just help himself, a fucking liar. Uh, I didn't lie about any of this. In fact, I talked about this the day we created this group. I said, "Oh, by the way, yeah, this was a group that I'd created, and we decided against what the hell." So then, when the other one, I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this one was created before this one. This one, I think, was created like 2 days later." And I talked about that here. So how can I be a liar when I'm talking about it? And then Sue, oh Sue is just unfortunate. Sue is investigating yours truly, and she has posted the the Substack that I've talked about of Anthony J. Clark, who does not like me. He says I'm a grifter and all this stuff, but yet when Rogue Mama came to me and asked, "W- "Here's this Substack. Here's what he claims." She's like, I was like, okay, I'll answer whatever questions you want. And she asked me a bunch of questions, and I said, here's what this is. Here's why this is the way it is. Here's why I'm not talking about it publicly. And here's why I won't answer his questions. And she was like, okay, you answered my questions thoroughly, and it all makes sense. Then she went to Anthony J. Clark, the guy who wrote the Substack. And have you guys noticed Volpe, Anthony J. Clark, all these guys who write defamation, they use Substack. Anthony J. Clark used to be he used to be with Politico. He has been published by Politico. He's been published by what's it? Politico, uh what's not the town, but salon.com. And I've reached out to them and I showed them his article and I said, you published this guy. Uh and he is currently writing defamation about me. Do you support this? And they said, um, yes, we did publish him before. He'll never be published again by us. And I was like, okay. Now, I challenge any one of you. You can find articles that I have written, sports articles, political articles, news articles. Go to any of the places that I've written for, and they will tell you, "Oh yeah, yeah, we still have a very friendly relationship with Mr. Arthur. If he were to write something, we would publish it again." And a lot of that is because I have been very upfront. So Sue, excuse me, everyone. Sue is out there saying that she's investigating me. You want to know what her investigation is? She's doing Google searches. That's it. And here's how I know that, because she was posting about another group out there that used to be called Veteran Nation. That is there's actually a couple places called Veteran Nation. There's a motorcycle group. There's a store that closed, and they're posting that stuff just because, oh, it's Veteran Nation, it's in California, that must be Skipper. No. Like the one was a Better Business Bureau review from Van Nuys, California. Van Nuys is 2 hours from me. It is not me. But yet they posted it. Sue and Michael both posted it as if it was something I posted. And then here's Itty Bitty Kitty. someone who I used to be friendly with, but because I don't like Pam Carson, and because Pam Carson keeps coming to me, same thing with Tat. You notice I don't go to those two people. I don't go into their groups. I don't go in their groups. I don't go to their YouTube pages. They come to mine. They come to mine, and I can prove it. Let them show you any proof I'm going to their groups. Show me. What an asshole. Well, that's true. This is probably the truest thing she said about me. I am an asshole, and I fully admit that. As are most Marines. Evidently, he doesn't like that I copied and posted a portion of the DM sent to me. Oh, I have no problem with it. Show the whole thing. Show the whole thing. Don't selectively edit. Let's see the context, itty bitty kitty. And why don't you post your real name? I post my real name. You want to know why? Because a lot of these people have put up defamation for against other people. I was wanting to share my response rather than retyping it. Oh, so you wanted the last word. And remember, folks, this is mental illness. Constantly wanting the last word is mental illness. Why am I doing this? Why am I showing this? It's not to get the last word. No. I'm monetizing them. This is a monetized stream. And welcome to all the people on TikTok for the first time today. This is a monetized stream. I'm making money off my haters. I'm not telling anyone to go harass these people. No. Leave these people alone. They have a right to say what they're saying about me. They have a right to say it. Even if it's defamation. They have a right to defame, and I have a right to hold them accountable in civil litigation if I choose to. But like I was talking yesterday, when people defame you, the only people, like if taking it to a court case, the only people who win and make money is the lawyers. Perhaps this is frowned upon. I wasn't going to stay in this group prior to responding to the notice anyways. Now he's telling he can share my DM since I shared his. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, itty bitty kitty. How is that not fair? You shared mine. Can I not share yours? Why not? I told him to knock yourself out. I don't care, and I'm not hiding. Well, we will. We'll get there. He responded with, tomorrow's going to be fun. Oh yeah, and that was what was it? Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday? The first stream I did about the haters? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I thank you for watching this, April, cuz yeah, I do get haters out there. Whenever you do something like what I do, you will get haters. A lot of these women are old women, and I'll just be honest. With these old women, a lot of them are very bitter, and here's how you can always tell. They'll post a lot of pictures of them when they were younger and they were pretty, because sadly, men's value is in general what he can provide. Women's value is in general their beauty. And yeah, everyone gets older. And sadly, these women were probably treated very, very well. They were probably very attractive when they were younger and treated very, very well. And then, and this is why I think there's so many Karens in the world. At a certain age, they didn't have the youth and beauty that they previously had, and now they're being treated differently, and they're very upset about that. And I understand it's a change. I understand you're not treated as well as you used to be, but you're now being treated like the rest of us. There is a thing out there as hot girl privilege. It's absolutely a thing. But I think these women, they hit the wall, and they're not as youthful and pretty as what they used to be, and they're not given the attention, and they get very bitter about it. Yeah, they get very bitter. Makes me laugh when they share your stuff, but you're not allowed to do the same. So many hypocrites. Oh yeah. And this is why, Yeah, they get very better, and this is why I think I think there's a lot of Karens out there, and primarily they're women over, I'd say over 40. Not all of them, but yeah, there's a lot of women that once they hit 40, you know, let's face facts, they can't have children, or it's going to be harder for them to have children. So yeah, their value goes down, their perceived value, and perception is the truth. And I'll get into perception being the truth in a little bit here. Right, Nancy? Like some of us just look, I will put myself on right now. This is me. This face ain't getting any younger, and it's not going to get more handsome. This is what it is. People, I can't tell you how many times I get people every day who are like, "You're bald." Oh yeah, I am. And like, first off, not only have I fully accepted that, um, I've been shaving my head for well over a decade. Like, when I was starting to go bald, I was like, "Yep, this is what it is. I've got a good shaped head." Like, I'm very happy of how I look bald. So for me, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna embrace this. And there's a lot of men who should embrace their baldness. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna get old and wrinkly. I am fat. Okay, I am overweight. I should probably be 30 pounds less than what I am, but I'm okay. I'm okay with my weight. Could I lose some? Yeah, but am I gonna go live in the gym? I'm a dad. Okay, it ain't happening. But I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not taking anything that I have a problem with myself, and I'm not turning it over into the world's problem. And there's a lot of women today that do that. Um, Now they're going to go and say Skipper's being misogynistic. Okay, if that's misogynistic, it's I don't care. Paint me however you want to paint me. It doesn't bother me. I've already admitted she was right when she called me an asshole. I am definitely an asshole. That is that is absolutely what I am, without a doubt. Uh in fact, here, let me there we go. Boo. There, I'm an asshole. It's now I'm tagged as that. Um and yeah, that day was really fun. Prior to the above exchange about sharing DMs, he sent me a message. Why are you contacting me? Be done and be gone. Yeah. I responded, done. Now he's telling me a cryptic message because I told you to be done and be gone, and you weren't done. You said done, but then you went and you posted about me. Okay? So I get a chance to respond. I get to respond. Um, I'm not young, pretty, showing off my body to get attention. Right? There's a lot of people who do that. There's a lot of people who do that. Oh, thank you. I'm okay. I am not anything special. Um, and the thing is, I'm glad I'm not anything special. You wanna know why? Because then I don't ask for special treatment. All these women all wanna be treated special. Absolutely, they do. Uh, he's now telling me about a cryptic message about tomorrow. I told him if that's a threat, he can go F myself. It's not a threat. I did do the show, and it was fun. It was fun. He said something about thanking groups for content. What an effing weirdo. Yeah, you did want it for content, and I'm using it for content. um, oh yeah, yeah. We read this one. He'll back off if he know what's good for him. Yeah, that one. Okay. Josh Haviland, I can see he's really good at confidently explaining court stuff. You don't have to watch my stuff. You don't have to watch. Not at all. Uh, Here's the thing. Like, dude is a tool bag. Okay, that's fair, Mark. You don't have to watch. Um, Not only was he is not the only one, Georgie was also involved. See, no, this is just someone who's trying to cause a problem. everything I've did, Georgie was not involved. Like, why are they trying to here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to isolate me. That's why they're trying to bring in people that I've worked with, people I've streamed with. They're trying to bring them in. And they've tried to do this with Megan, with Tug, with Jeremy, with Brett. They've tried to do all that. 80 soon to be 81. I'm still pretty. Yeah, absolutely. Your beauty just changes. It changes. Like Bebs, no, you're not going to have 20-year-old men chasing after you. Neither am I, or well, I hope 20-year-old men aren't chasing after me, but I'm not going to have 20-year-old women chasing after me. And that's fair. And I'm okay with it. He's just another charlatan grifter from what it sounds like. Don't watch me. Don't watch me. Don't send me super chats if you don't want to. Again, like I've talked many times on this show, if you want to give super chats, that's fine. Like I've said, ads will stop. If I get $10 of super chat and super sticker money, I will turn off ads. If not, I'm going to make money. I'm going to make money. But that is my agreement to you. If you want your message highlighted on the screen, you got to send a super chat. I'm not begging you. That's just the agreement. I'm a lifelong member of a local VFW. We do amazing work for war veterans, especially the wounded. Well, good for you. What does that got to do with me? If people want to contribute to actual combat veterans, and yes, there's a difference between combat vets and veterans, please consider donating to your local chapter. I will say this: there are bad chapters of the VFW. There are. And Bell, are you suggesting that I'm not a combat veteran? Because I'm pretty sure I've already posted pictures of me in Afghanistan. Like literally, I spent over a year there. So, did Bell, did you go to Afghanistan? How long were you there? Love to see it. Affordable free housing for cities non-veteran. Okay, well, great. What does this have to do with me? Nothing. We lobby politicians. You want to know what the VFW is lobbying for right now? It is lobbying for its own existence. That's what the VFW is currently lobbying for. They're trying to stop groups who are helping veterans get their disability percentage. And yeah, if those veterans get a percentage, they do get a portion of that money because it costs money. And they're like, well, they shouldn't be able to charge. Why? I had an American Legion VSO who got me 50% and told after it took that took 2 years for me to get 50%. Okay. Here, I'm going to turn this off for right now. It took me 2 years to get from 0% to 50% disabled. And that I could barely get that guy on the phone. I could barely meet with him. I did go to one of these places that gets paid. And you want to know, they got me from 50 up to 7 or up to 80 in 2 months. 2 months. 2 years to get 50%, 2 months to get up to 70% or 80%. That's a significant jump in money. I think 50% it was like $500 a month, and then 80% was $1,500. In that same group, they then got me up to 90, and then my appeal was taken. They did my appeal too, and that got me to 100. The appeal took 2 years. So the same amount of time that it took for one VSO to get me just 50%, the pay group got me my appeal. And appeals take longer. So what the hell was that guy doing? I can tell you what he was doing. He was working for free, and you get what you pay for. But that's what the VFO is doing. That's what the VFW does. They only are interested in protecting the VFW right now. And they're doing it all wrong, in my opinion. Because, like, if you watch a football game, you'll see a VFW commercial. They're paying millions of dollars for a commercial. It's just such a waste of money. You know what I've told my local VFW? You know what you guys should be doing? Start spending money on veterans who are doing podcasts. Go to Sean Ryan, go to Robert O'Neill, Tier 1 podcast, go to them. Like, these are all veterans, angry cops. There's lots of veterans out there doing this. Do you know, if they came and they said, "Hey, we'll put a commercial on your thing," and they wanted, let's say they wanted a month's worth of live reads during every live show, and that's probably going to be like 20 some live shows that I do. Do you know how much I'd charge them? Give me $50 a month and I'll do that for you. $50. How many millions are they spending for the NFL? No, do they have to do it on my show? No. I would tell them, go to the Return to Roots guys. Go to David Willis and his home front sit rep. Like, go to them first, because those guys are fighting to get monetization. And they're veterans doing great shows out there, doing great work. But that's the problem with the VFW. They are not supporting the community. They're giving money to the NFL. How about you give that money to other veterans? Support the veterans. The people you want coming in your doors, support them. But Bella thinks they're doing this amazing job and I'm a piece of shit. Okay. But I get to respond, Bella. So, sorry. Then there's this part here. I'm suspended too. I'm not even a member of his group. You were, and that's how we were able to suspend you. That's how that works. That's how we were able to do that. Oh yeah. Here I want to show this. So yeah. Nishawa was trying to bring in Georgie. My comment are for both of them. I stopped watching a while ago. Okay, well, who cares? Made a simple comment and can't handle another opinion. How can I not? I'm literally showing your opinion, Mark. I can obviously handle it if I'm putting it up on my thing, up on my show. I can handle it. Right here, like, this is out of line. Why are you trashing Georgie when you guys are talking about me? Go fuck yourself, Mark. This is my problem. Mark is an absolute piece of shit. Right here. Why are you trashing her when it's all about something I'm doing? I believe it all to be true, just haven't been able to verify. Yeah, because you're not going to be able to verify it because you're not really doing research. You're doing Google searches and you're using a guy who defamed me. You're using his research, which was shitty research. For someone who says that they're a investigative journalist, you think you'd be able to come up with more. Yeah. If he wants to air it, I got no problem showing the entire. Okay. I'm not pushing you around. I'm just monetizing you. You guys were trying to push me around. Did I come to you? No. You guys came to me. Itty Bitty Kitty messaged me. Okay. I did post this one here the other day on the Veteran Nation. Like, and I've been told Allison is who actually the mole is, that channel that did a video about me. I love the fact that I have haters doing videos about me. I've done my research and found some trash working on exposing things. I mean, yeah. But here's the thing, you have to have actual proof. What these people find, they can't, like, a lot of the stuff they're talking about, they can't link to me because it's not me. Or when they don't find proof, that's proof that it's me, or that's proof that I'm something, right? But yeah, I heard it's Allison who owns that channel. I don't know. Don't really care. Allison, I'll just say, I was told that she was trustworthy and she proved herself to not be. She's threatened to expose my DMs. Hey, go right ahead. Go right ahead. You're not gonna bother me, Allison. Not at all. You want to know why? Because I am the same person in DM that I am here. Yeah, here we go. So I'm told that this is Allison's channel. even though Tracy, another Allison, Tracy, Gina, Kathy, all these people, they're all crazy Australians. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on down in that country. They just all like to gossip and talk shit about people. And also just can't stand for others to just live their life. Like, again, I never asked any of you guys here. You all came to me or were brought to me. That's the other thing. A lot of these people were brought to me. I didn't seek them out. Um, let's see. Is this oh yeah, here's more. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Where is it? Why is this not? Sorry guys, I'm something's acting weird. It's not showing me. Huh. No, that's just showing more my downloads. Huh. Why is it not showing this screen? Um and here's one thing here. Yeah, I've talked about this guy before. Yeah, it's not. Oh man. John, me and John don't agree. Oh yeah, yeah. They're saying that. Yeah, I was trying to suck people in the group and then did a switcheroo. No, I didn't. I talked about it here. That's my proof. I literally talked about it here. Um, there's so many like, why do you waste so much of your energy on this guy? If he's such a jerk, like y'all say, move on and be rid of him. That's thank you, John. That's exactly what I keep telling him. But they still to this day, yeah. And he says, I'm no fan of Mike Arthur, but I don't waste my energy blasting him. I have more important things to worry about. Yep. And that's the problem with these people. Now, uh, Gina especially was very concerned about why I closed the ecosystem. And I got no problem talking about it. I closed the ecosystem because, well, this stuff is all this. I closed the ecosystem after I had a conversation with several people. Coop and Georgie told me their feelings about it. I then went to the mods and admins group and I started talking to them. And I said, okay, the consensus that I'm hearing from people is that the ecosystem is my group. Even though every rule, every decision in there was all discussed. Everything, like before action was taken on anybody, it was always discussed. And the thing is, I listened to other people. If I said, "Hey, this person's breaking a rule, what should we do?" If they said suspend, we suspended. If they said ban, we banned. Um, but I always, and the mods and admins will tell you, I always went to them and got their take on it. And I did listen to them, and I thought they were incredibly fair, which is all I ever asked of them. And I was told that like some of the people, like Hellhound who comes in here, I was told, oh, he's not going to be fair by some people, and I was like, well, if he's not fair, then we'll make a change. But I thought the mods and admins. So after pretty much pulling them, I said, look, everyone is saying that this is my group. That is not what this group was started. So since this group, and again, remember, like I said earlier, perception is reality. That's what we always said in the military. Whatever the perception is, that's the reality, because that's what it is in people's minds. And I said, perception's reality. People are saying it's my group. I already have a group. I've got Veteran Nation. I don't need another group. So if that's what this is, we can shut it down. Is everybody in favor of that? And everyone was like, yeah, that's fine. So we closed it. Now, Gina and Sue were saying that I was in there deleting stuff. I can tell you right now, nothing has been deleted. We paused the group uh, because if we close it, all the stuff in there goes away. And for at least some time, we're going to leave it up. Uh, for those who are in there, if you remember there, you can go in there, you can see, go search. We never deleted anything. Um, it's being kept up for archival purposes. And I've done that with other groups as well because it's been very helpful to go back into those groups. My group with on Lynette, it's very helpful for me to be able to go in there and be like, what was that? And then I find the screenshots. I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, that did happen. Very helpful for me. And I've also been able to turn over that archive to Rosalind Duke. That's why I'm not deleting anything. What purpose would it serve? Like there's no I'm proud of everything in there. Why would I delete it? That is them projecting their shit onto me. They delete stuff in their groups. Why? Because they've broken Facebook rules. They have. Um, they post a lot of defamation. They post a lot of personal attacks on people, things that break Facebook's rules. They've done in their group. And yeah, so they're projecting onto me what they're doing. Show me something that was deleted in my group. I would challenge anyone to, and no, nothing's been deleted. We paused the group because we don't want any activity. The group is now dead. That's why we did it. And we closed it, and I told all of the mods and admins, I thanked them for all their hard work and for just being fair because it is so hard to be fair. That's why we came up with the rules, and that's why I would always, always reach back and point to the rules because, hey, the rules were there. They were there, they were written, they were published, they were very clear. And there are many of these people who have groups like Tat, Pam Carson, who don't have published rules and will ban people for things that they're like, what? That's not even like a thing. How was I supposed to know? Exactly. Because yeah, they were running it like a fiefdom. So when the perception of the group changed, there was no need for it anymore. So we closed it. They were like, "Oh, it's a win for us." Okay, is it a win? Because here I am still showing your shit. So yeah, go right ahead and uh, oh yeah, yeah, I do want to show this one. 90% of his group is about what the hells. Okay, so the whole thing of the group was to talk about what us content creators were talking about. And if we're talking about what the hells, it's gonna be about what the hells. We also had stuff about Laura Owens in there. I also published stuff about the sheriff down in Texas. So yeah, it was all about the things we were talking about on our shows. Allison Dubbins and I had it out a few months ago and forced him to change the name of the old group. They didn't force shit. The name was changed before we even published that group. You guys saw the dates. October 27th. Go watch Coffee with the Skipper on October 28th. My timeline fits. She's just lying. She's just lying or too stupid to even know the truth. I didn't think it was a renamed group. I thought it was new because it was renamed before we told people about it. It was. And here's the thing, because the other group got banned, you can't, if you do a group in Facebook, okay, and they say this goes against rules and they get rid of it and you immediately start a new group, that's called evading and it's against the rules. But if you had a group that existed beforehand, that is well within the rules because that group is not evading. So yeah. uh, these haters are just stupid. I have the world's dumbest haters, and I love it because they give me easy content. Today was such an easy show. Ray Boneless is being an idiot. I'm not surprised. Right? Yeah. Bondi Beach. Amazing how they like to lecture us Americans about our love of guns. Australia confiscated everyone's guns. And yet there was an Islamist on Bondi Beach shooting people yelling Allah Akbar. Hmm. How do you think that happens? How do you think that happens? People of Australia, you going to the beach today? Bring your guns that you don't have. What's interesting, Australia doesn't have guns anymore because of the Port Arthur shooting. Not named after me. Port Arthur is an actual place. And there's a guy who, I'm not going to say what social media, but me and him we're friends on social media. We trade a lot of things. He told me this, and I've asked him to talk about it publicly. But so far he said maybe. So maybe we'll talk with him. But he grew up right down the street from the Port Arthur shooter. And I think that it would be interesting to hear him talk about it. Just like there's a guy I know who did work in Jeffrey Epstein's house. He does not want to talk about it publicly. And I get it. Totally get it. It was interesting. It was interesting what he had to tell me about it. I'll say that. There will be a day where I reveal what he told me. Some people aren't going to believe me. I've asked the guy to come on. I've even said I will obscure your voice and not show your face. And he still is like, I'm still worried about what would happen to me. And I'll tell you why. Because Jeffrey Epstein was a Mossad agent. 100%. We will never get the Epstein files. It was, I believe wholeheartedly, he was a Mossad agent. He was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. Her dad was a Mossad agent. Very public Mossad agent, by the way. So yeah, where did he get his funding? He got it from Mossad and also from Les Wexner. That's where he got his money. And I'm sure the CIA probably knew about it, was probably even involved in the operation. And that is why you'll never see the Epstein files. You'll never find out what really happened. And you don't look, people will say, well, Mike, you're a Republican. Of course you're going to say that. Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks, he has said the same thing. He said the Epstein emails are all psyops for Israel. Go read them. Everything is about propping up Israel. Why would he do that? He was a Mossad agent. Well, maybe not an agent, but he was in a Mossad operation. He might not have been an agent, but they were using him. Much like our CIA. They pay companies and people all the time. And then say, hey, we want you to do some business overseas, and you're going to take our guy as one of the guys in your company. Happens all the time. Now that guy has a cover. A CIA agent is working for this company undercover now. That's how that works. All right. So I'm looking at, we've been We've been going for an hour and 15. I am going to end this. Again, I want to thank all the people watching us on TikTok. I don't have any of the metrics. All I know is that we are on TikTok. And yeah, they're not showing any of the metrics at all. We'll eventually get them one day. But yeah, I'm sure Restream will figure that one out. But thank you for all those who are here. Make sure you follow us on TikTok as well. I've been building a little community over there. Since the end of the government shutdown, I haven't had as much time, so I've not been putting as much of my efforts into TikTok, but I do appreciate those watching us over there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be back tomorrow with Coffee with the Skipper, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun this week. Thank you everyone here for all your questions, comments. April, get in touch with me offline. We'll plan some stuff and try to help out your situation. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.